Yes. What is good, my people? Welcome back to Computer Music Academy's weekly homework podcast. I am your host, Tashira Say. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Welcome to week 104 of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. Shout out to my man, RTO Beats, for that intro. Very nice. As always, the dude is handling his business, needless to say. So, what are we doing this week? A little something special. You know me, I come up with 99% of these assignments, and I'm always trying to do something new, something fresh, something challenging, you know what I'm saying? And we did this once last year, and I thought it turned out very nice. So I said, you know what? Let's try this again this year. So here's the thing. We all evolve. We all grow in our craft, hopefully. But yeah, you know, we have times where we just started out or just were not in tune with who we were or wanted to be as a musician or an artist, whatever the situation may be. And you hadn't found your stride yet, so to speak. You hadn't found your style. And then you get to a point where you have matured, you know, be it a few years later, a few months later, whatever the situation may be, through practice, through learning new skills, through picking up new gear, techniques, whatever it may be, you grow, you mature, you evolve, you get better. And occasionally I do this to myself where I go back and I listen to beats that I made years ago versus beats that I made now. And I'm like, man, I had some cool ideas on this particular beat. Man, if I went and got that sample today, or if I replayed everything that I played back then, how would it sound? And that's what created this particular assignment. So welcome to Upgrade. And the premise is very simple. You take a beat from an earlier part in your life or career, and you saw the foundation there. You saw that you actually had some good ideas, but now you want to improve upon them and make that track better. And we actually have 3 particular people who are submitting this week, and I'm very excited to get to them. Starting off with my man who has been handling his business pretty much since day one, since he walked through the door, and he continues to impress. My man, your man, JSP8. Now this is the old beat that I'm going to play first. I'm just going to play a little bit of each, and then we're going to jump into the new beat and see the improvements. Let's go. That one was actually pretty short, and I give them props for that, because if you just didn't, you know, as I've said many times before, if you don't have anything else to say, then cut it short. You can always go back later and expand it. But yeah, I really liked what was happening in that beat, and that was one that he said he made back in 2014, like when he really first started making beats, way before he came to CMA. And now we get a chance to hear the upgraded version. Let's go. Yes, yes, representing the OKC. My man JSP8. Very, very nice upgrade, sir. I like them both actually. I really did. The newer version definitely sounds a little different, slight what? Yeah, a lot different from the original version, but I can definitely hear the roots in the original version. And I did like everything that I heard in the original. It definitely sounds like, you know, for the lack of a better term, a much younger JSP8. You know what I'm saying? That's a dude that was just trying to figure things out. Whereas now he's matured. He's grown a lot over the last, year or so since he made that track. Definitely since he's been participating in the WAJ, and he's just growing. So when you listen to the new version now, he's definitely he used a lot more instruments. He actually used some different variations and patterns and switching things out, moving things around. Like I said, added a lot more instruments. I like the instrumentation in this particular joint. I really, really do. Definitely, as I said, the variations, the switching of patterns, muting certain things, bringing things in and out. Very nice movement throughout the track, and it kept the original feeling of the original track. That's one thing I really, really, really appreciate. Another thing I really did like is he's actually done this a couple of times. I can't remember what assignment it was. This is probably the second or third time that he's done it. But at the very end, and the track ends, well, not the very end, but the track actually stops around the 153, somewhere in that area. And there's like a 4 count rest. And then he brings in a beat that's entirely different from the rest. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Dude has grown. And he's, instead of, and this is what everybody should aspire to do, instead of just making patterns, you know what I'm saying? Now, notice I didn't say beats. Instead of making patterns or loops, now he's beginning to actually form full songs or compositions. So I really, really, really appreciate that. So excellent job, JSP, my man. Very, very nice. And I would like to see you do that to a couple more of your joints, man. Not that you saying that, not that I'm saying that you have to, but I would like to see you take those older joints and just step them up a little bit, or however, what we're doing. Good job, my man. All right, moving down south to the man representing South Carolina, my man, DJ Nocturnal. Let's go. My man, DJ Nocturnal. That is the original track. And now we get a chance to hear the upgraded track. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it in. Yes, yes, DJ Nocturnal. That's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you why I really, really, really like Nocturnal. I'm not Nocturnal, jeez, oh Pete. Nocturnal. Let me tell you why I really like him. And of course, it's not like I don't like anyone else at CMA. That's a complete lie. But one reason why I really, really like Nocturnal is because he has he has the ability to go from instrumentation to chopping a sample and do both of them great. I mean, he is great at all of them, and it's not taken away from anybody else because a lot of other people at CMA can do that exact same thing and do it great. The reason why I gravitate to Locke is because I have a feeling like we are inspired by the same type of things or people or whatever it may be that inspire us when we make beats. And in my opinion, I think our sounds are completely different, but I think they're alike in many ways as well. And that's why I really like when I hear stuff from Locke like this, man. Jeez, I love the original. The original was dope. It was what's funny about the upgrade is he actually lowered the tempo and it's a little smoother. It's a little more chill, but I did like what I heard in the original. And, I let it run for a minute because I wanted to get to a part where I was looking at the wave and I wanted to see what was happening after that. I think it was the 50-second mark. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I have a really good idea. And then when you actually hear the new version, it's like, oh, wow. Again, almost an entirely different track, man. I really, really like what was going on there. I don't know if he used that same, if he replayed that trumpet kind of synth, or he actually sampled it and just implemented it into the new one. Doesn't matter. That was the one thing that kicked off. Jeez, oh Pete, I can't talk today. That kicked off the original beat, and then to have it kind of do the same thing over here, but then it's a misdirection. He brings you into an entirely different beat, damn near. Then I think it was around either the 40-second or 50-second mark where it changed up and it brought in more instruments. I guess that would kind of be the chorus or hook part of the song. And it just got very, I would say, full and lush, very instrumental. And I really, really, really enjoyed that about this track. But like I said, Locke is definitely on to something with the way he integrates his sampling with his instrumentation. And that's something I've always wanted to do. And I'm finally doing that now. But man, this dude, he's killing it. Excellent job, my man. And now moving on to the final entries for the week. My man representing East Side of Detroit, Sho-Nuff. Let's check out this original. I definitely see the Sho-Nuff that we know in that track. Very, very, I don't want to say faint, but definitely early shades of who we know as Sho now in that track. So now, let's get to the upgraded version. This dude right here, man. Jeez, man. Closing out episode 104. Our man Sho-Nuff. Yeah, that was nice. Very, very nice. As usual. And you know, I hope he never disappoints. Please. For any of the people who are, you know, going through the WHA, WHP, contributing on a regular basis, that are just on a roll, please continue to be on that roll. And not only just be on that roll, but continue to evolve and grow. Definitely. Don't stop the momentum. This guy right here though, Sho, that original was crazy, man. That was definitely, like I said earlier, that was shades of the Sho that we know now. You know, I guess in an earlier form. He didn't actually say when he did the original track. Neither did Nocturnal. But it definitely sounds like a younger Sho, so to speak. Again, for the lack of a better term. But you can definitely hear the foundation of the guy that we know today. I really enjoyed it. It was already a kind of laid back, really cool track. The one thing that stood out about the original to me was the type of instruments he selected. And they sounded very, and this is no diss, not at all, but just follow me. It sounded very synthetic, especially like that guitar, like the slap guitar. Sounded very synthetic. And then you listen to the upgraded version and it sounds more organic. Even though this is all, you know, VSTs and maybe out of a hardware workstation or something like that, but it sounded a lot more organic, a lot livelier or real, so to speak, a lot more authentic. So yeah, that's a huge difference in the track right there. A lot more going on in this particular track. And we only had, I think it was about 45 seconds of the first joint that he actually sent over. But to listen to the new joint, and I think it was around the 40 or the 50-second mark, once again, where he actually kicked in with the square wave synth. Oh my God. That was stupid. And then I think it was 10 seconds later or so when he changed it up to a totally different vintage old school type synth, you know, just sickening. But then it was around the 130. It was a couple of other things happening at the 140. You know, I don't think there's, at least for the WHA, WHP, I don't think there's ever going to exist a track that Sho does not talk on in some form or fashion. And there's nothing wrong with that. This dude, every week, he is on his track in some capacity, and I absolutely love it. That's putting your signature on it. That's what Teddy Riley did back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Teddy Riley was always, he sounded like he was talking over either a megaphone or over the telephone. Yeah, come on. You know, that kind of thing. That's what Timberland does. And it's funny because Timberland and Teddy Riley are like from the same region. And I believe they work together. Matter of fact. Yeah, I believe Timberland, Teddy Riley, as well as the Nerds, they all, the Nerds, no, NERD, they all work together. So that's crazy. But, yeah, that's putting that signature on there. That's that Dr. Dre, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I love when Sho comes through and he does different things on each track. You know, he's singing one time, or this other time he's actually, like, I think it was last week or the week before, he was actually telling a story. And he's had other times where he's just, you know, talking, or he samples himself doing certain things. There was one time, one of my favorites from him, where he actually imitated the voice of an Indian person, an Indian guy, not Native American, Indian. You know, oh no, you know. So I really like when he does that stuff to his track. So this was no exception here. Like I said, at the 140, he comes in, you know, kind of on some upliftment. and you, God loves you, that kind of thing. That's pretty cool, man. Very, very cool. I love the delay he had on that as well. That was very cool. It actually helped fill out the track with the feedback that it had, and it was pretty much in sync with the track, which I really appreciated. Overall, excellent track as usual. Sho always finds a way to deliver. And he's one of those dudes like Wallace, you know, that has a lot of movement in most tracks, and then you get to one of these tracks where it's just kind of like, okay, we're going with the same pattern. This is a little unusual. Okay, we're going a little longer than usual, and then suddenly it just flips into something absolutely nuts. And there it is. So major shout out to Sho-Nuff, DJ Locturno, and JSP8. And thank you, my people, for watching, listening, being a part of what we do every single week. Now, I need your help with something. If you really enjoy our podcasts, whether you listen to them or, you know, you actually watch them on YouTube, or you listen to them, you download them from computermusicacademy.com. You can actually download all of the existing 104 podcasts for free. You don't have to sign up or anything like that. But if you enjoy what we do, I'm going to ask that you do us a favor and help us out. Recommend us or share us to your timeline. Put us in front of a few of your friends and let them know this is what you listen to. And a lot of people have actually left comments on the YouTube page saying, I'm inspired by you guys. And we definitely appreciate that. I make sure I pass that love on to the people every time. But help us out. Help us grow this. Help us in so many different ways, make better music. Help us inspire others, and maybe even recruit others. But we definitely need your help there. We appreciate you coming and hanging with us every single week, and help us continue to grow. That's all I can ask. And if you would like to be a part of what we do, come on over to computermusicacademy.com and join us. It is that simple. I'm done for the week. You enjoy the rest of your week, and I will talk to you next time. See ya.